Best 5 Seasons of The Walking Dead. 5. The Walking Dead. Season 6. This season sees the Alexandrian walls being threatened by several forces, initially Rick's establishment of his authority, better said like Cartman, and then a roaming band of psychos, the Wolves. But before the Wolves present themselves, the gang finds a quarry full of hundreds of walkers. The reason why Alexandria has stayed safe for so long is that the walkers have been following the noise of the quarry and getting stuck down there. Rick hatches a plan to lead the nearly 1,000 strong herd out of the quarry, but gets derailed by the attack of the wolves. Carol staves off the attack back at Alexandria with a tiny bit of help from Morgan, but begins to show signs of inner turmoil at her readiness to kill the living. On the trek back to Alexandria after hearing a horn blaring and sensing trouble, Glenn ends up with the hapless Nicholas where they get cornered on top of a dumpster in an alley. Nicholas commits suicide and pulls Glenn down into the swarm with him. The season stands out because many fans worldwide were up in arms over Glenn's fate. It wasn't until the second part of the season 6 did we find out that Glenn was under that dumpster the whole time. Walls collapse at Alexandria, Jesse and her kids meets a fateful end, the Alexandrians go on a killing spree, Father Gabriel mans up, Rick and Michonne hook up and Rickon shippers rejoice, Denise gets killed by Daryl's own crossbow, we meet Jesus and the Hilltop community, Carol and Maggie kill people from Negan's group the Saviors, we get a glimpse of someone from another group, the Kingdom, and Carol cries a lot while she's killing the homemade casserole out of people. Negan, the biggest and badass villain in Robert Kirkman's comics, finally introduces himself. Season 6 once again ended with a 90-minute episode. 4. The Walking Dead. Season 2. The second season of AMC's television series The Walking Dead premiered on October 16, 2011 on AMC and featured 13 episodes. The series is based on the series of comic books of the same name by Robert Kirkman, Tony Moore, and Charlie Adlard. It was developed for television by Frank Darabont, who serves as executive producer for the second season along with Kirkman, Glenn Motzera, David Alpert, and Gail Ann Hurd. After Darabont was fired during pre-production, Motzera served as showrunner for the second season. This season introduces the notable comic book characters Herschel Green and Maggie Green, and is mainly set at the Greens farm. The season continues the story of Rick Grimes and his group of survivors as they continue to survive in a world filled with zombies. The group then encounter the farm of veterinarian Herschel Green, where tensions arise among members of the group and the mysterious inhabitants of the farm. The season finale episode was viewed by 9.0 million viewers, making it the highest-rated episode of the series to that point, and the most viewed episode of an original series on AMC in history, up until the premiere of the show's third season, which was watched by October 9 million viewers. 3. The Walking Dead. Season 1. The first season of AMC's television series The Walking Dead premiered on October 31, 2010 and concluded on December 5, 2010. The series is based on the series of graphic novels of the same name by Robert Kirkman, Tony Moore, and Charlie Adlard. It was developed for television by Frank Darabont, who wrote or co-wrote 4 of the season's 6 episodes and directed the pilot. Darabont, Kirkman, David Alpert, Charles H. Eagley, and Gail Ann Hurd were executive producers, while Darabont served as showrunner. The season follows former sheriff's deputy Rick Grimes, who awakens from his coma into a post-apocalyptic world filled with flesh-eating zombies, dubbed as walkers. Rick goes on a search to find his family and to discover the origins of the walker virus. The first season was met with positive reviews from critics and gained 5.35 million viewers on its premiere. The finale garnered 6 million viewers and among adults ages 1 to €49 it became the most viewed basic cable drama series of all time. 2. The Walking Dead. Season 3. The third season of AMC's television series The Walking Dead premiered on October 14, 2012 and featured 16 episodes. The series is based on the series of comic books of the same name by Robert Kirkman, Tony Moore, and Charlie Adlard. It was developed for television by Frank Darabont, and is executive produced by Kirkman, Glenn Motzera, David Alpert, and Gail Ann Hurd. As in the comics, the season is set in both an abandoned prison and an active rural town of survivors. It introduces several notable characters from the comics, including the Governor, Michonne, and Tyrese. The season follows Rick Grimes assuming a dictatorial-like leadership over his group of survivors as they survive in a world infested with zombies, called walkers in the series. The group inhabits a large, fortified prison, but this security is threatened by the nefarious governor. 1. The Walking Dead. Season 4.
The fourth season of AMC's television series The Walking Dead premiered on October 13, 2013, to consist of 16 episodes. The series is based on the series of comic books of the same name by Robert Kirkman, Tony Moore, and Charlie Hadlard. It was developed for television by Frank Darabont, and is executive produced by Kirkman, David Halpert, Scott M. Gimple, Greg Nicotero, Tom Luz, and Gail Ed Hurd. Gimple assumed a role of showrunner after Glenn Motzara's departure at the conclusion of the previous season. The season introduces the notable comic characters Abraham Ford, Eugene Porter, Rosie T. Espinosa, Bob Stuckey and Lily, as well as a modified version of the Chalmers family from The Walking Dead, Rise of the Governor tie-in novel. The season continues the story of former Sheriff's Deputy Rick Grimes, who relinquished his leadership in order to live a quiet life in contrast to his cold-hearted nature in the previous season. Rick's fellow survivors struggle to maintain their idealistic lifestyle in the prison in the face of threats, including the proliferation of walkers near the prison gates, the outbreak of a contagious and deadly flu-like infection within the prison population, and the unknown whereabouts of the governor, who is still at large.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more Best 5 video.